Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our July tour of the front yard. It is bloody hot. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning, and it is very warm. Probably about 80, 81, and the humidity is probably 97, 98. So it's damp. So anyway, let me just show you what's been going on. A lot of things have kind of died back because of the heat, but let me take you forward and show you what I've got. Of course, the elm tree is just providing so much shade to the front of the house that I would hate to ever have to take it out, but I suspect one of these years it's going to come out. But the bark on it has been peeling and has been dropping onto this mulch that I bought, and it's wonderful because it keeps adding more and more layers. I was tempted to pick it up and try and put it through the NutriBullet and see if the worms would like it. But anyway, the pentas are kind of suffering. They were blooming nicely, but they're really suffering with this heat. Probably time to give them a little bit more worm castings and maybe some worm tea or something, and see if we can get that to help them just a bit. But isn't this bark amazing? That you can just go up and peel sheets of it off, and now this is hardened because it's been off, so you can hear it kind of crack, but and this is totally healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it's supposed to look. The crepe myrtle does the same thing. Some of the pentas are looking okay, and I did tell you that we're going to the Caladium Festival, and that's a caladium. That's one that has returned for probably, I don't know, the 6th or 7th year. We have a little visitor here this morning. Let's take a minute and say hello. Hello, Mr. Bumble. Such a lovely little thing. I always look at liriope, which is a grass. That's this grass right in front here. And so you can just break them off and have the, 2 or 3 blades and then the root, and plant that somewhere, and it will multiply. This was very thin, very sparse when it was put in, probably 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago maybe. And it is so thick now that it would take me quite a while to try and dig it up. The crepe myrtle, let me see if I can get back and show you the bark. Can you see the bark, how it lichen attaches itself to it once it's peeled off? But this is a crepe myrtle, and these are the beautiful blooms. They're pretty. And if you cut it like halfway back, then it will send out a second flush. Lovely tree. We love it every year. Anyway, we had the liriope in the front. Right behind that, these are azaleas. This is a Formosa azalea, and during the spring we get a huge flush, and then in the summer, every time it rains, you'll get just a few blooms that come out. I just ripped out that volunteer Everglades tomato. I probably got, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds of those little tiny Everglades tomatoes from it. The arborvitaes are still hanging on. I think I really need to bite the bullet and take them out. They're looking very thin, very sparse, and every time we have a storm, they blow over and we have to get in there. They're in big clay pots. Right behind it, Those are the Wheeler dwarf orange. It's a mock orange actually, and it's never bloomed for me, but it makes a nice shrub, so I hang on to it. But anyway, what I was going to tell you about the liriope is most of the year you see it and it's just either green or you can buy the variegated. And then in the summer it sends out these beautiful purple little spikes, and the bees just, bees and butterflies seem to love them. I have very few bees and butterflies this morning for some reason or other. The gardenia bloomed, gave a bunch of blooms. They were very pretty, and this is probably the first year that I didn't have aphids on them, fighting aphids the whole time. It looks a little light. I need to come out here with some more worm castings. But you can see the monster that's taken over are all of these tricolored, this is a Chinese spinach. It's very pretty. And by the way, it's very good and very good for you. So what I do, I've been having a salad for lunch every day, is I just break off the top of it. Matter of fact, I will see if I can do that for you. Whoops. It's gonna make me a liar here. Let me use the other hand. It's coming. Patience, my soul. There we go. And that's what's left behind. It'll regroup, and then I will take this, wash it, and put it in a glass of ice cold water and put it in the refrigerator, and then I can have that on top of my, chopped up for greens. I use a combination. It has a little bitterness to it. If I chop it up and add it with my regular romaine lettuce, then it's absolutely delicious. I've told you before that pentas love me, and I love them, so they seem to do very well for me. Another caladium that's a volunteer. They seem to come up in my yard. I planted some other things. That's basil in the front. Everything I planted came up and had the Chinese spinach in with it. It seeds itself like a monster. Those are zinnias back behind, and again more Chinese spinach. I did plant a little tomato plant that it just didn't seem to want to. I got some blooms off of it, but suddenly we got hit with heat, and that was it. And this, by the way, is why they do so well, this is a seed pod, and it will come up and it will scatter hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of seeds. So they really need to be cut back if I don't want them. But who wouldn't want them? They're very pretty. Look at them. Beautiful color. The bougainvillea. What a love-hate relationship I have with this. I love it once I've trimmed it, and about a month later it starts to come back, and it is just beautiful and heavily laden. But I had to really do a brutal trimming this time because it was sending so many stalks straight up, and they were going right into my soffit and gutter, and going to cause a real problem. And also it gets so top heavy that if we have a hurricane here, they will rip the braces right off. You can see that we've had to put on some braces. They're not very attractive. When the branches here all start to hang down, you don't even see any of this. It's just all those beautiful fuchsia colored blooms, and they just take right over. It's lovely. I've got some projects going on the porch, so I won't show you any of that. The caladium those are all ones that I picked up around the yard in that pot right there. I don't remember the name. I think it's not a Florida white. But anyway, I will show you this weekend, this coming weekend, we're going to the Caladium Festival. And so I'm really looking forward to picking up some bags of caladium bulbs that I can bring back and plant. Over on this side, of course, we have the American flag, and we have a ligustrum with liriope growing underneath it. There's a few caladiums growing in there that are kind of volunteers. Well, actually, they're not volunteers, but they're ones that have come back year after year. And I'll leave you with that. That was pretty much what's happening in my front yard. And again, it's real warm. We're just surviving through the summer months in Florida. People go, why do you live in Florida? And we go, well, from October really through May, it's beautiful. There's another big caladium leaf. Aren't they incredible? I mean, this is one little plant that has come back again and again. By the way, if you cut these, you can use them in an arrangement, and boy, they do live a long time. This one, I can't remember the name. It was something heart, and you can see it has like a little red to it in the center. And in the beginning, they were the heart was really in all of those veins that came out. So anyway, like I said, I'm excited about going. We're going on Thursday, so the Caladium Festival is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'll take you along if we do a field tour. That would be fun. Anyway, take care, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.